afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Boy,
happy December. It's December 1st.
Unbelievable.
I know, it is.
Start thinking up your pet questions because Dr. Carrie Donahue will be along to take your questions.
Mark and I will let you know when it's time to call in.
But first at 4, a Fort Atkinson woman received life in prison for killing her grandmother and setting fire to the house.
One person is in the hospital this afternoon after a car crashed into the Wisconsin River near Sauk City.
And President Biden and French President Macron say they're aligned on nearly every issue. We'll tell you about their day of diplomacy. Let's take a look outside.
Even the horses need a sweater today.
A little chilly out there, but not bad. Swinging up, swinging down. Let's swing it over to Gary Knulte in the backyard.
That's just what our temperature is doing. Up, down, it's just like almost every day or every other day. Today's kind of an in-between day, but as we start out by looking at visible cloud track, at least we had sunshine for most of the day today. You can see that area of snow on the ground across parts of Minnesota and northwestern Iowa. So anytime the winds are from the northwest like they were yesterday, temperatures are a lot colder. As the winds become more southerly like they are now off of bare ground, temperatures start warming up. Doppler track shows a few snow flurries up in northern Wisconsin and UP of Michigan. That's actually some warmer air aloft that'll warm our temperatures up for tomorrow. Low temperatures this morning: 15 Madison, 16 in Janesville, 11 in Bear Boudels Airport, in single digits up by Camp Douglas. But current temperatures are generally in the lower 30s. Madison right now at 33, Janesville's at 36, across Dane County, 33 degrees in Sun Prairie, 34 in Mount Horeb. But you factor in the winds and those temperatures feel a little bit colder. 23 is what it feels like in Madison, 21 in Viroqua, and 25 in Platteville. Look for skies to be mostly clear this evening. Temperatures holding nearly steady right around 30 degrees. Those southerly winds will keep our temperatures up overnight, but we will see a milder day tomorrow before we turn sharply colder on Saturday. As we check out first horn traffic, the live view of the Beltline at Monona Drive, traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions. Right now, not seeing any issues on the Beltline, just a bit of a slowdown southbound on Stoughton Road. Otherwise, I-39, 90, 94 south and east of Madison, no problems, or areas north of Madison, the major highways, no problems there. That's your news 3 now, first horn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Elizabeth Durkee, the Fort Atkinson woman who killed her grandmother and set fire to the home while the woman's body was still inside, was sentenced to life in prison this afternoon after pleading guilty to a pair of charges in the case.
In exchange for guilty pleas on the first-degree homicide and arson charges filed against Durkee, prosecutors dismissed 2 other charges, mutilating a corpse and strangulation and suffocation, from the case. While a first-degree homicide charge in Wisconsin carries a mandatory life sentence, Durkee will be eligible to request extended supervision after serving 22 years in prison. Durkee's arson conviction came with a 20-year prison sentence, followed by 15 years of extended supervision, both of which will be served simultaneously with her mandatory life sentence. Durkee was arrested in June of last year, just days after emergency crews responded to a fire in Fort Atkinson. When crews arrived, they found a woman dead inside the home. A 50-year-old Minnesota man managed to escape from his car as it floated down the Wisconsin River.
It happened this morning near Sauk City. The Dane County Sheriff's Office, which is investigating the incident because it was on the south side of the river, say the man was driving west on Highway 12 when his Honda Passport hit a sign and landed in the Wisconsin River. The river's current then carried the vehicle about a quarter mile downstream. The man was able to escape the vehicle and was helped out of the water by Sauk City Fire Rescue members. The driver is from Circle Pines, Minnesota, and was taken to the hospital to be treated for serious injuries that he sustained in the crash, but is expected to be okay. The 2023 campaign starts today, with candidates starting to circulate their nomination papers, and at the top of the ticket, the race for Supreme Court.
We've heard this week from the judge at the center of the Darrell Brooks trial.
And political reporter Will Keneally continues our series of one-on-one sit-downs with the crowded field. Will.
So right now the field is split between 2 conservatives running and 2 liberals running. The top 2 of those 4 candidates will emerge from the open primary to face each other in the April general. We sat down with one of the liberal candidates running, Milwaukee County Judge Janet Protasiewicz. I asked her about how she might handle a key issue that the court could face soon: legislative redistricting.
I really think the people of the state of Wisconsin deserve better, and not predetermining a result, but just looking at the fact that we're in a purple state and the numbers. The numbers don't match up to that at all.
So it's rare that we see a judge weigh in on a case like that before it reaches their bench. For example, we asked Jennifer Dora the same question earlier this week, and she would not share her opinion. We'll have more coming up tonight at 5 from our sit-down with Protasiewicz and the state of the state Supreme Court race.
We will see you at 5, Will. Thank you. The 11th annual Mendota Freeze Contest is underway, starting today. Calling on weather watchers and ice experts of all ages, the contest asks all of us to guess the official ice-on date for Lake Mendota. The freeze date, just to give you some perspective, last winter was January 7th, but the average freeze date is just before Christmas on December 20th.
Clean Lakes Alliance does not make the call when the lake is frozen. That is up to the Wisconsin State Climatology Office, and they've been making that call for 170 years. And so they have a really great set of data, and they still rely on the same analog ways that they've collected the data. There's no drones or satellites. They drive around the lake and look for those point-to-point things. Can you row a boat between Picnic Point and Maple Bluff to deliver a case of beer?
A winner will randomly be selected from all of the entrants who guessed the correct freeze date. The winner will receive $1,000 in gift cards from Land's End.
President Biden is hosting French President Emmanuel Macron for talks at the White House, followed by a state dinner this evening.
The war in Ukraine tops the agenda, but the leaders are also discussing climate change and trade between the U.S. and France.
Skylar Henry is at the White House with more.
President Biden welcomed French President Emmanuel Macron for a state visit filled with pageantry and talks focusing on pressing global issues. At a Thursday afternoon news conference, the two leaders said they remain united with other Western allies against Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We're going to stand together against this brutality. And we'll continue the strong support for the Ukrainian people as they defend their homes and their families and their nurseries, their hospitals.
We will never urge the Ukrainians to make a compromise which will not be acceptable for them. They are so brave, and they defend precisely their lives, their nation, and our principles.
President Biden said he would be willing to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin only if Putin expresses a desire to end the devastating war. Mr. Biden and Macron also addressed economic differences as they tackle climate change.
We agreed to discuss practical steps to coordinate and align our approaches so that we can strengthen and secure the supply chains, manufacturing, and innovation on both sides of the Atlantic.
Macron and some European officials have expressed objections over subsidies for American-made climate technology in the Inflation Reduction Act.
The United States and Europe share the goal of making bold investments in clean energy.
President Biden said there are some glitches and adjustments that can be made in light of European concerns. The Biden White House will host its first state dinner to cap off this day of diplomacy. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
In a joint statement following today's discussions, Biden and Macron said the U.S. and France will work together to address issues with China, including respect for human rights and climate change.
A national poll from Marquette Law School shows Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in a tie in a potential 2024 matchup against President Joe Biden. The poll, conducted a week after the midterm election, shows both politicians tied with 42% support, while 11% would vote for someone else in the head-to-head matchup. The Florida governor fares better than former President Donald Trump in that matchup. Over the past year, Trump has consistently trailed Biden, losing 44 to 34% in the latest poll between those two. That for the two 2020 candidates, 19% of registered voters would support someone else.
Some of China's largest cities are easing COVID restrictions while police watch for any new protests. Thousands of people blasted the government's COVID policies over the weekend in China's largest public demonstrations in decades. Zhang Lijia is a Chinese journalist based in London. She says the last time China saw anything like this was 1989, when university students led demonstrations in Beijing's Tiananmen Square.
And how dangerous is it to hold a protest like that in China, calling for the downfall of the Communist Party?
Very likely those leaders who lead it chants will end up in prison or maybe even worse.
Zhang says if China's government is smart, it will ease COVID restrictions, and there are signs that may already be happening. If it doesn't, she says, there will be more protests.
Well, some lanes of Madison's Hairball intersection east of Monona Terrace will once again be shut down this week as crews work to wrap up construction work for the year. Officials said the outside lanes for both northbound John Nolan Drive and southbound Blair Street will be closed starting Thursday morning and through Friday afternoon. Only one lane in each direction will be closed, so drivers can still travel in either direction, but trips may take slightly longer. In the meantime, crews will be working to assemble and install new traffic signals at the intersection. The entire project set to be completed by the fall of 2023. The majority of the remaining work will focus on East Washington Avenue. Well, a cat named Smells was presented with a Thanksgiving spread back home after recently being rescued from a suitcase by the TSA.
A traveler going from New York to Orlando found the cat in his checked luggage in mid-November. It was discovered when an alarm went off at a baggage screening checkpoint at JFK Airport. Agents saw the clear outline of an animal. Well, it turns out Smells does not belong to that traveler, but to another person in his household. The unharmed cat was returned home and was given that great spread you see there. Reminds you a little bit about the movie Christmas Vacation, doesn't it? And Aunt Bethany. Did you see Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, How the cat got in that bag?
Oh, if you take your eye off a cat for 10 seconds, you know, curiosity, you know what they say about,
absolutely. Well, there's one life gone.
Right.
Well, since 1988, December 1st has been designated as World AIDS Day.
When we come back, the pandemic is still an issue. We'll get an update on the status of HIV/AIDS and what the future holds in terms of treatment and prevention. Live at 4 continues right after this.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Okay, everyone, our mission is complete balanced nutrition. Together, we support immune function, supply fuel for immune cells, and sustain tissue health.
Ensure with 25 vitamins and minerals, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery, free over-the-counter healthcare items, free groceries with a healthy food card, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Plus, extra benefits like more access to care with free transportation and WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-844-682-9370. Now, that's 1-844-682-9370. WellCare, Medicare done well.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me May 2nd through the 12th as we tour Scotland and Northern Ireland. This trip is rich with history, exploring places like the Edinburgh Castle and the Titanic Belfast Museum. We'll also enjoy the gorgeous scenery and friendly people of these two unique countries. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information.
Enjoy a stress-free buying experience at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day lowest price protection guarantee and 7-day money-back guarantee. Choose a vehicle that's in stock, reserve one that's on the way, or order one just the way you want it, and never pay more than MSRP. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's largest Chevy dealer. Find new roads in a new Chevrolet. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Find everything you need to get your projects done at Menards. Skill delivers power and performance with the PowerCore 20 cordless power tool system. It delivers the convenience and portability of cordless tool operation while providing advanced power and torque for the bigger jobs. Every Skill PowerCore 20 battery is interchangeable with all Skill 20-volt power tools. Save big money on our in-stock selection of Skill 20-volt power tools. Plus, give the perfect gift with the Menards gift card.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Welcome back, everyone. Family Dollar is lowering prices.
The retailer is hoping this will help win back customers on tight budgets. It's been losing ground against its competitors for years, especially its main competitor, Dollar General, which has seen rapid growth over the past decade. While similar retailers sell items for $1 to $10, Family Dollar's prices can be 10 to 15% higher than its counterparts. The company is now under new management with hopes of overhauling the brand.
Get ready for a more intimate look into the lives of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's always so hard to say that.
It is.
This morning, Netflix dropped a teaser trailer for a docuseries on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It's called Harry and Meghan. In an interview with Variety in October, Meghan Markle was asked about the upcoming series, and she said, "It's nice to be able to trust someone with our story." The trailer drops as Prince William and Kate, the Prince and Princess of Wales, are visiting Boston, their first United States trip in 8 years.
Well, the James Webb Telescope captures a literally out-of-this-world image. It's the merging of two galaxies about 500 million light years from Earth in the Delphinus constellation. NASA officials say the swirling shape made by the galaxies came as they started to unite, disturbing their individual shapes. The dots of light seen in the background are other distant galaxies. Vice President Kamala Harris and French President Macron saw the image during a visit to NASA yesterday.
Spectacular. Well, here's some good news. The U.S. might be seeing a break in inflation. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said the Fed may still raise interest rates higher, but the pace of those hikes could slow as soon as this month. Powell said there is some good news on inflation, predicting the price of housing and rent would decrease next year, but he acknowledged the country has a long way to go in the fight to stop inflation, with the prices of services like dining out and travel continuing to rise.
Well, stocks closed mixed ahead of the November jobs report tomorrow. The Dow Industrials lost 194 points, ending the day at 34,395. The Nasdaq managed a 14-point gain, but the S&P 500 gave up 3.5. On World AIDS Day, the Biden administration renewed its focus on ending the HIV/AIDS pandemic by 2030, releasing a new 5-year strategy for the United States global response. Today, the administration is accelerating its response to HIV/AIDS with new global goals, including reaching key treatment targets across ages, genders, and population groups, supporting targets to reduce new HIV infections, and closing equity gaps for certain groups, including adolescent girls, young women, and children. And starting in 1988, World AIDS Day was the first time ever a health day was observed globally.
This year's theme for World AIDS Day is Equalize. It is a rallying cry to address disparities and do everything we can to end AIDS.
Dr. Ryan Westergaard is an associate professor of medicine at UW-Madison and an expert on infectious disease. Doctor, welcome back to Live at 4.
It's wonderful to be with you. Thanks
nice
for
to see you.
HIV/AIDS for the last couple of years has taken a backseat to COVID, but the problem is still with us.
It's been stubborn. You're right. HIV/AIDS peaked in about the mid-90s in terms of new infections, and it declined rapidly after the introduction of highly effective therapy, which of course we still have. The problem is that many people who have HIV don't know that they have it, and that's actually responsible for new infections every year, about 35,000. So our messages to people are for everyone to get tested and to know how to protect yourself against HIV.
It's been almost 40 years or over 40 years since we first learned about HIV. How has treatment progressed over the past 4 decades? Are we any closer to finding a cure for this or potentially a vaccine for it?
Yes, there's been steady progress. The life-saving treatment of triple therapy or highly active antiretroviral therapy came around in about 1996. And since then, deaths from AIDS have plummeted, not only in the U.S., but in the world. Since then, they've only gotten better to where most of my patients that I see in clinic take a single pill, a small one with very few side effects, and it keeps the virus in check. So there's been tremendous progress on controlling it, but still not a cure. We are unable to eradicate the virus from someone's body. There's still hope that we can come up with new strategies for that, and there's exciting research just released this week about more progress in vaccine science, where we could have a vaccine that could prevent infection for people who get exposed to the virus. But right now, the state of the art is daily therapy, and when people take it, they can live a long, healthy life.
A lot of those early patients passed away, but since we have the new treatments and the therapies, people are living longer. Are they going to lead regular long lives, or is there going to be complications along the way?
No, I think if I see a patient who's diagnosed shortly after infection and they get started on treatment right away, there isn't really any time for the virus to do damage to the immune system. I feel pretty confident telling that person they'll live a normal lifespan and have a normal life. Some people, if the virus causes an infection for years before it's detected, can do some damage. And then we see increased rates of things like heart disease, cancer, as well as certain infections. So that's really why it's important for people to get tested, particularly people who are at elevated risk because of unprotected sex or if they've had a sexually transmitted infection.
It's pretty remarkable how quickly that treatment came along.
It is. It was a triumph of both medicine and public health to not only develop a treatment, but then to get it into a system that we have in this country to provide person-centered care, including things like case management and referrals to needed services, to make sure that no one gets left behind with this life-saving treatment. There's a lot of things we can learn from how well we've done HIV for other medical and public health problems facing us today, for sure.
It is great to note on World AIDS Day, December 1st. Doctor, thanks for being with us today.
Dr. Westergaard, great to see you. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Well, it was a life cut way too short. Comedian Chris Farley died unexpectedly at the age of 33.
The Madison native is the cover story of this month's issue of Madison magazine. We'll talk with the article's author, who had a personal connection with Chris Farley. That's coming up after Gary's forecast.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there. And I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth this Thanksgiving by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
It's a fact. 2 out of 3 Americans who qualify for Medicare do not receive all the benefits they deserve. You could be missing out. Now, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield introduces a free Medicare plan checkup to make sure you receive all the benefits you qualify for in 2023. Call 1-855-597-0884 today. and receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium. Benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. And to help you stay healthy at home, you can have free prescription drug delivery, online doctor visits 24/7, and free exercise classes. You can even receive money towards over-the-counter health items. Call 1-855-597-0884 today and feel confident you have all the benefits you deserve for 2023. You can receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium, like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. Call 1-855-597-0884 and make sure you're not missing out.
Well, take a look at this. Opening the Christmas season, an unusual Santa Claus in dive equipment plunged into Malta's National Aquarium to feed the fish and the shark. The watery scuba Claus, helped by an elf, handed out treats, but to only those who'd been well behaved throughout the year. Father Christmas didn't hand out any presents, though. The aquarium fish will just have to wait to Christmas Day, just like everybody else.
Pay no attention to that shark.
That shark is fine. Give the shark whatever it wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, without the wind today, it made a big difference, didn't it?
Well, you know.
And then the wind picked up this afternoon.
It picked up this afternoon, this time out of the south, so that'll warm us up for tomorrow. And guess what? Another cold front comes through tomorrow night, and we go right back down for Saturday. Well, it's that time of year. Well, we'll take a look and see if there's any big storms in the forecast, those temperature changes, just a few minutes.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Thanksgiving is the best time to try Plexiderm with our starter price of only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
In a recent clinical study,
patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity,
using less or a lot less oral pain medicines,
and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Our temperature swings keep taking us up and down from day to day. Just wait a few, you know, it's that old saying, you just wait a few minutes, the weather will change around here. Well, tomorrow will be another big change. Today we're in the 30s. Tomorrow, look for high temperatures near 50 as winds pick up out of the south. Could even see a rain shower early tomorrow evening as the cold front comes through. And guess what? After that happens, we turn windy and colder for Saturday. High temperatures drop back about 25 degrees to the middle 20s. And then we'll see temperatures rebound back into the upper 30s on Sunday and into Monday, and then another weather system brings us a chance for a rain or snow shower Monday afternoon, maybe a few flurries Monday night into Tuesday morning, but right now that weather system looks pretty quiet. As we look at Doppler track, there have been some flurries up in northern Wisconsin earlier today. Those have moved into Michigan. That's a sign that warmer air aloft is heading back in our direction. And what's kind of interesting is you see the snow on the ground, the band from southern Minnesota through northwestern Wisconsin and into upper Michigan. But that's what's keeping our temperatures cold because the winds have been out of the northwest. The winds are out of the south. They're not coming off of any snow cover, and so our temperatures can warm up very quickly, and we'll see evidence of that tomorrow. Average high temperature is 37. We jump up to 48, and we drop back to 26 on Saturday, up to 38 on Sunday, and then temperatures stay a little colder than normal for much of next week. The weather pattern kind of flattens out. The new Climate Prediction Center outlook that just issued yesterday afternoon still calls for below normal temperatures for much of the northern part of the United States. Usually that's accompanied by snow. If you have snow on the ground, that keeps your temperatures colder, but notice precipitation expected to be below normal in our part of the Midwest. That's kind of an interesting side effect here because we're seeing more of the snow out to the west, so we'll probably see more up and down temperature swings as we head through December, but not a lot in the way of precipitation. As we take a look at weather track, the main storm track right now has been across the northern Pacific Ocean into the northwestern part of the country, and then the weather pattern splits. Some of the energy goes down toward the Gulf Coast, and the other part stays up near the U.S.-Canadian border, each one bringing a little shot of colder air as it passes, but warms us up right in front. So notice the upper level winds becoming a little more southwesterly, and that's what will fuel the warm up for tomorrow. For tonight, look for skies to be mostly clear this evening, then partly cloudy overnight. Temperatures dropping to their lows right around midnight. 29 Madison, 29 Middleton, 31 in Belleville, and 31 in Waunakee. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 32 for the low in Platteville, Prairie du Chien, and also in La Crosse. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny in the morning, then mostly cloudy, windy, and milder in the afternoon with a high temperature of 48 degrees. 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, that big drop in temperatures for Saturday. We go back up to 38 on Sunday, and then a rain or snow shower chance mainly in the afternoon on Monday. Some flurries Monday night into Tuesday morning, and another chance of flurries Wednesday, another one Friday, and maybe a chance for some light snow or flurries toward the end of next weekend. Temperatures, though, for the most part, will stay below normal. Highs generally in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees.
All right, Gary, thank you. The cover story of the December issue of Madison magazine is an in-depth profile of a Madison legend.
Before he became a Saturday Night Live megastar, Chris Farley was a 21-year-old kid from Madison trying to break into stand-up comedy.
Freelance writer Kurt Stream details Farley's early days and his personal connection to the late comedian. Kurt, welcome back to Live at 4.
Hi, Kurt. Great to see you. Congratulations on the article.
Yeah, it is spectacular.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
What will readers find out in this article that they may not have known about?
I think there's a lot in there. You know, in Chris Farley's timeline, his very start in Madison's often skipped completely over. A lot of times they just say he started at Second City and then moved on to Saturday Night Live. So I think readers are going to find a lot of little interesting tidbits, and you know, I just tried to capture as much as those little moments as I could before they're lost in time.
Chris Farley was a Madison native. He went to Edgewood High School and then went on to Marquette to study business, which is sort of funny to think about when you think about it now.
Didn't do that well.
How did he discover this gift that he had for making people laugh?
I think he was always gifted, naturally talented, and he wanted to be a comedian even at a very young age. I think the issue was he didn't have a foundation for all that raw talent that he had that was just oozing out of the system. So I think when he found the arc in Madison, it finally came together for him and kind of just set him up for success. I mean, from there he had the foundation and then moved on to Chicago.
Your interest in Farley started at a young age.
You were a big fan.
Yeah, you know, he started Saturday Night Live in 1990, and I mean, you both know it was a big deal back then that a kid from Madison was joining the ranks of even then an iconic show. So I still remember I was 11 years old and remember watching that very first episode. So I was such a huge fan even then.
And you did a funny thing. You took out the phone book.
Well, you found out he was from Madison.
You wanted to talk to him or to somebody in the family. How did that happen?
Well, I was 11, and after that following summer, I just wanted to talk to him and to tell him how funny I thought he was. So using my 11-year-old kid logic, I just opened up the Madison phone book and looked for his name. And, you know, when I didn't see him, I just started going down the line and calling all the Farleys in there and asking for Chris. And, you know, the first two said I had the wrong number. And the third one, his sister Barbara answered. And, you know, she was very patient where the kid just gushed about her brother for 10 minutes and said she'd say all the nice things that I said about him when he was in town next. And, yeah, then about a month later, an autographed photo of Chris arrived for me in the mail, and ran to the drugstore and bought a frame, and it's been on my wall ever since then.
See, your journalistic instincts started at 11 years old, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you never met him.
I never did. No. I wish I did, but yeah.
And what was your reaction when you found out that he died at the age of 33?
It was just a lot of sadness. I think even though there was incidents, I don't think we knew the severity of what he was going through. So it was still a shock for all of us when we heard that news. But yeah, it was just a once in a generation talent, and there's really been no one like him to come even close since or after his death.
Just too talented for our world.
Yeah, that's true.
Current issue of Madison Magazine, cover story. Kurt, thanks for being with us today.
I appreciate it.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Kurt. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Coming up next year on Live Before, we take a trip back in time for our Traveler Throwback Thursday.
And then coming up next hour at 5, have you tried to buy lettuce recently and came up short? Well, we'll tell you what's going on with a lettuce shortage. That's coming up at 5.
Can be so stressful. So give the gift of wellness. Buy $100 in Massage Envy gift cards and receive a free $20 promo card. Keep your body working.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
You didn't live this strong, this long, to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. But 1 out of 2 women over 50 will suffer a fracture from osteoporosis. You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but it isn't quite the same when your house is cold and drafty. We want everyone to have the gift of a warm and comfortable home. So we're going to match the $500 energy tax credit with a $500 discount. But you have to call us before December 31st. 2023 is the year to stop freezing and start saving. So give yourself the gift that keeps on giving, because you keep saving.
USA Insulation.
With Dad's arthritis, he needs extra help around the house, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their agent home service, he can stay at home.
That's where I want to spend these months. With hospice care from a Grace, I can stay home with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my life again after Joe died. But through a Grace, I found hope and healing.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
New at 5, Wisconsin Supreme Court candidate Janet Protasewicz explains how she would address controversial topics if elected to the bench in an exclusive one-on-one with News 3 Now.
Windy and milder weather Friday will be followed just as quickly by windy and much colder weather for Saturday. The first part of December will generally be a little colder than normal. I'll let you know if you have any chance for snow at 5.
And ahead at 6, we are keeping our eye on a possible lettuce shortage. Catherine Merck gets to the bottom of what's happening at local grocery stores. That's tonight at 6. Here's a live look at downtown Madison.
It looks nice.
It's a pretty shot of the sun starting to set. Well, it is called shooting, as in parachuting, but a plane is not involved. A pickup truck is.
Yeah, we were curious back in 1982. Here's this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday.
When Jim Lane and his friends have nothing much to do, they get together with their pickup trucks and head for an open field. They bring along about 200 feet of rope, a parachute, and a lot of guts. The parachute is one of those that people usually pull behind a boat. But Mike Leathers, who owns the chute, one day thought, why not use it on land? There's not much elaborate preparation here. Just make sure the lines are straight, and just make sure the harness is on right, and just make sure everything is secure.
Do it. You're gone ready, bud. Never.
The truck needs to pull forward just a little. The wind does the rest. The ride only lasts as long as it takes for the truck to drive to the end of the field. But for these shooters, it's worth it.
I feel like Tinkerbell. The wind picks you up and you just go right up. You don't even feel nothing. You're just, you know, light. So light, you just go right up. Begin to wonder when the rope goes to its full length, it gets, 200 feet, and you start to think after a little while, oh, I could fall, but it ain't too bad. It's not really that scary. You can tell you got a lot of control. I could move left or right if I wanted to. Could have been a little breezier today. Pick you up a little faster.
When a ride is finished, the parachute gets packed into the truck. They drive back up the field and start all over again.
You guys ready?
They say it's like flying. Well, as close as you can get anyway, being pulled by a pickup truck through a hayfield.
There it goes.
Mark Kane, News 3, traveling near Portage.
I bet that idea started at a bar.
Did you try it?
No, I didn't try it.
It looks like fun.
We are still traveling. We do it once a month. So if you have any ideas, send me your story ideas to mkane at WISC-TV.com. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like fun.
I don't know. How do you come up with that?
It's a great idea.
All right, it's time to get your pet questions answered. The number to call is 608-270-9933.
Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care is standing by. She'll take your calls when Live at 4 continues.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients for immune health.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
For quitters. That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Buy one Dr. Choice pillow for $69.99 and get the second one free. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Enjoy a stress-free buying experience at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day lowest price protection guarantee and 7-day money-back guarantee. Choose a vehicle that's in stock, reserve one that's on the way, or order one just the way you want it, and never pay more than MSRP. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's largest Chevy dealer. Find new roads in a new Chevrolet. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
How do you use your energy? Inspiring a spark of creativity? Working hard to reach your goals? Thinking outside the box to bring your vision to life? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power, we're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $600 on Beauty Rest mattresses. Queens start at just $399. Or get $200 in Steinhoffels cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card when you upgrade to the redesigned Beauty Rest Black. More luxurious and comfortable than ever. And with Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing, your mattress just got more affordable. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Well, let's take a look at first warning traffic. Here's a live view of the Beltline at Monona Drive looking to the west. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions, a little heavier in the eastbound direction, at least as far as the Beltline is concerned. We're just seeing some slowdowns from Monona Drive to around Stoughton Road. Otherwise, there was an accident earlier on northbound East Washington Avenue, just east of Stoughton Road. That looks like it's been cleared up. Right now, about a 15 to 16-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, look for a 25-minute trip from the Beltline to Janesville, 16 minutes Middleton to Sauk City on US 12, and 19 minutes downtown to Sun Prairie. That's your News 3 Now First Warning Traffic.
Thank you, Gary. A baby elephant in the UK is enjoying her first Christmas. Keepers at the Whipsnade Zoo created a winter wonderland for its Asian elephant herd, and this little one is having a fun time exploring. 3-year-old Nagphaya, which means queen in Thai, was treated to a 20-foot-high forest of Christmas trees to play with and snack on. The little one lives with her mom, Donna, as well as her grandmother, Kaylee, and the rest of the herd.
Aww.
Baby's first
Very
Christmas.
sweet, yeah.
It is time to get your pet questions answered live.
The number to call, 608-270-9933. Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care joins us now via Zoom. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hello. Hi. Nice to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
We have questions for you, so we'll start with Betty in Madison. Hi, Betty. What's your question?
Yes, I had seen Quiet Bark, or no, pardon me, Bark Quiet appliance to keep your dog from barking, obviously. I guess it's ultrasonic and it doesn't deliver a shock or anything painful. Is this safe, or have you heard of it, or?
Yeah, I think I have heard of it, and it just kind of emits a really high-pitched noise that humans can't hear and that dogs can hear. And I think, you know, it's definitely something to try to stop dogs from barking. And you don't want to use something like a shock collar because, you know, it's not the best way to do it. And you want to use
I would never do that.
Yeah, I know, and nobody wants to. But the high-pitched noise is kind of a nice alternative because it does just kind of get them out of the zone of barking, so they're thinking about something else, and then, you know, you can step in and distract them with a treat or something else to get them to stop barking. So I think it's worth trying.
Give it a try. All right, Betty.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling.
Good to hear. Thanks for calling today. Let's go to Rita in Baraboo. Hi, Rita. What's your question?
I have a golden doodle that is itching all the time. And we've taken her to the vet, and they have prescribed Apoquil, which we've given her, but it hasn't done a thing. Is there something else we can do that's not a medication?
That's a tough question. Allergies are so hard, and if you have a dog that's itching and scratching this time of year, it makes you think there's probably something inside that might be bothering your dog, something like dust mites, storage mites, mold, you know, anything like that that's happening inside. So as far as your question goes, the next thing stronger than Apoquel would be something like a steroid. Prednisone is something that's often used. But really, you kind of have to stick with medications because supplements and other things really aren't as effective. But one thing that I would say that is very valuable is doing an environmental allergy test. And that's a blood test, and that kind of tells you exactly what your dog might be reacting to, so you know what you can control and what you can, you know, not control. And then you can kind of go down the road of immunotherapy and doing allergy injections, which can be very helpful in the long run.
All right, good luck. Let's go to Davey in Madison. Hi, Davey. What's your question?
Yeah, I got an older cat that has
blobs, like hair blobs on the back of his back. And towards his, whatever, his privates. But I'm just wondering, how can I cut it? I try to cut it, and then he kind of doesn't like it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I try to brush it with a brush, and then he gets mad.
Yeah.
I know. That's really tough. And those mats are hard because they can be painful, and they get so tight against the skin. And usually trying to cut them with the scissors can be dangerous because you can so easily clip the skin. What I usually do is use just a really small battery-operated kind of clippers, trimmers, almost like a men's beard trimmer. And that usually works pretty well. If it doesn't, and you just can't get anywhere, I would say going into a vet clinic or a groomer, and they can do it for you. That might be the best bet.
Yeah, good advice.
All right, let's go to Chris in Madison. Hi, Chris. What's your question?
Hi. Yes, I have a 3-month-old puppy here who he has plenty of chew toys, but yet he's always biting everybody, and I'm trying to break him from doing
those
that.
sharp teeth?
With the little sharp teeth, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know, those sharp little baby teeth. And the good news is puppies usually will be done teething by about 6 to 7 months. So there is an end in sight. And when that happens, when the adult teeth come in, they're really not as interested in just chewing and biting on everything. But really, the best thing that you can do if your dog is biting on you or anybody else is just withdraw. Don't pay attention to them and replace it with some kind of a toy or some kind of a chew toy, but not giving them any positive attention when that happens.
All right. Let's go to Sandra in Fall River. Hi, Sandra. What's your question?
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I am planning on taking my cats on about a 14-hour trip. They've never been on a ride like that before, and they're about 13. So what I'd like to know is there any natural type of motion sickness, or like the chamomile, lavender, or valerian that I could administer and then have it not interact with, say, methimazole?
Oh, yeah, and it's a good question, and you brought up some good ideas. The lavender oil, that's something that you can put, kind of around your pet's cage or somewhere in the car, so they're kind of breathing that in, and that can be very calming. Valerian root is very safe to give. You could give just kind of a half of a capsule of valerian root for people if you can get your pet to take it. Catnip is another thing that's very calming and can kind of help with any stomach upset. And like you mentioned, chamomile too. So I think you're on the right track. And you can really do any of those herbals, and they might be very helpful for your kitties.
All right, good luck on that trip.
Are you flying or driving?
She's driving.
Oh, she's gone. Okay.
I think she's driving. All right, we're out of time. Thank you all for calling in, Carrie. Good to see you again.
Great to see you, Carrie.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
We'll see you next month.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At Select Quote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Numerous judges have announced their intentions for the coveted Wisconsin Supreme Court seat. Will Keneally is joined by judicial candidate Janet Protasewicz in an exclusive interview where the liberal judge does not hold back on how she intends to address hot topics on the bench. That's coming up at 5.
They've answered the call again and again in unprecedented times. Now it's their turn to get help.
It's so important to keep our service members well.
Eric Franke explores the new program giving critical support to Wisconsin's National Guard. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
It's chilly out there this afternoon, just not as cold as yesterday. Right now, 34 Stoughton, 33 Verona, 33 in Madison. Most of southern Wisconsin seeing temperatures in the 30s with wind chills right around 20 degrees. We'll be right back.
It's the last chance for Ashley's Black Friday mattress sale. For a limited time, save big on Tempur-Pedic and Purple adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get 60-month special financing and free delivery. Hurry in for Black Friday mattress savings. Only at Ashley.
He has his grandfather's smile,
her mother's eyes,
my cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Get in on the action of the game with the Island Sportsbook. Browse the latest lines and betting options. Make your wagers and cash in on the fun of the Island Sportsbook. And here's another good bet. Island Resort and Casino gift cards. Treat the golfer on your list to a stay and play package on championship courses. Gaming, dining, entertainment, there's something for everyone with Island Resort and Casino gift cards. Oh, what fun to experience more at the Island.
It's a fact. 2 out of 3 Americans who qualify for Medicare do not receive all the benefits they deserve. You could be missing out. Now, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield introduces a free Medicare plan checkup to make sure you receive all the benefits you qualify for in 2023. Call 1-855-597-0884 today and receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium. Benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. And to help you stay healthy at home, you can have free prescription drug delivery, online doctor visits 24/7, and free exercise classes. You can even receive money towards over-the-counter health items. Call 1-855-597-0884 today and feel confident you have all the benefits you deserve for 2023. You can receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium, like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. Call 1-855-597-0884 and make sure you're not missing out.
Ashley's Black Friday sale is ending soon. Save big on furniture doorbusters, now up to 68% off. Plus, 60 months special financing, no minimum, and no money down. Hurry in before these savings are gone at Ashley.
In today's Final Touch, it's a sneakerhead's paradise.
You can sleep inside DJ Khaled's legendary sneaker closet now on Airbnb. DJ Khaled hosts shoe lovers for the ultimate sneakerhead experience, including signed 5s from his new We the Best collection. Guests will get exclusive access to the music icon's sneaker paradise and sleep among some of the most prized kicks from his collection of over 10,000 pairs of sneakers. Located in the heart of Miami, the modern home and epic sneaker closet will let guests experience the 305 through the eyes and shoes of DJ Khaled, a self-proclaimed sneakerhead from birth. The Airbnb will happen on December 5th and 6th for 2 guests each day, and it's $11 a night. That's a nod to his shoe size. Go to Airbnb's website for more information on that. I don't know. That's our time for now. We'll see you tomorrow. News 3 Now 5 starts now.